bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone, actually.
Welcome to another episode of Wearing the Folk. I hope everybody's had a great week. Great week.
Awesome. No snow. I'm happy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining me, myself, and Morgana. Tully's on an adventure right now. He may be back from dropping the ring in the volcano before everything's over. We, unfortunately, have a lot of snow. Well, it just never went away. And it snowed a little bit today and all that good jazz. I injured myself Monday trying to fix our HVAC unit. It was a scene out of Home Alone. I wish the security cameras would have been on and recorded it. Nobody else seen it, but I can only imagine how it looked. Our back porch is about 2.5, 3 feet off the ground. And covered in ice, covered in it. So I'm usually pretty stable and pretty balanced. So I stepped up on it after I got done messing with the HVAC, and my feet Home Alone me and went straight out from under me and straight to the ground. I went.
Ooh. Damn.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah.
No,
And
like
Monday.
I said, yeah. Like I said, we've gotten cold, but no snow, thank God.
Well, Monday, I was like, I think I'm hurt. And then so I took off work or whatever. And then Tuesday I woke up and I was like, I can't fucking move. So
do you notice the older you get, the harder it is to recover from that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, I broke my back a long time ago, and when I was laying on this rock hard ice, I was looking up at the sky. I was like, "Did I just break my back again?" But it's not, so it's all good.
Well, I'm glad you're okay and that you're feeling better. Because that could easily have been bad. And Landa, I'm glad that you're doing okay. Y'all got to stop. You know, Mo refers to me as Stumbleina, and it is with a very valid reason. And knock on wood, I did not fall this week. So.
Mandy's pretty rough on it, but she hasn't walked outside but maybe twice. So, but
and it's really funny, and not funny, but I mean it's like I said, we got a ton of rain, and then the temperature dropped, so that's probably what saved us. But it's amazing how much the supply chain is being affected by what's going on up there, because we're doing printing right now for Valentine's, because it's coming up, and we had to send our vice president of sales to a prison 2 states away to get ink, to get red ink. Yeah, because they have one down in Florida that does a lot of printing for their area. And they were the only ones within 200 miles of us that had magenta ink. So everybody else is just up there frozen.
Can't you just use purple?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's insane. So, hey Nick.
Hey Nick. Hey Linda. Hey Crystal. Hey everybody. I'm glad you're okay. Alanda.
Yes.
But yeah, so I mean, with all the snowstorms and everything that's coming through, there's always speculation that the government may have a little something to do with it. And our first Friday freak out may have a little something to do with this. Now, this is pre-solar storm. A recent guest on the Sean Ryan show discussed weather manipulation with Augusto Dorico, the young CEO of Rainmaker, a company specialized in cloud seeding technology. In episode number 207 and follow-up episode 217, he explained how Rainmaker used drones equipped with radar to identify clouds containing super cold liquid water that deploys silver iodine. Then they deployed the silver iodine, an ice nucleating agent with crystal structure nearly identical to natural ice to trigger precipitation. Huh.
I can't believe that people are manipulating the weather.
Dorico openly described his work as weather manipulation, but stressed it's targeted, regulated cloud seeding for practical purposes like drought relief, agriculture, and reservoir replenishment, rather than large-scale geoengineering or conspiracy-driven ideas like chemtrails. So, the day before, not the day before, but the few days before the solar storm took full effect, I mean, we seen chemtrails everywhere, checkerboards in the sky. We played a video. So I mean, as far as what this guy was talking about that, he specifically highlighted that it's currently easier to induce snow than rain using these methods. This stems from the fact that around 80% of natural precipitation begins with water droplets freezing onto particles, forming ice crystals or snowflakes that grow heavy enough to fall. The cloud seeding enhances this freezing process efficiently in cold conditions, making snow production more reliable and straightforward. In contrast, generating rain often relies on warmer, coalescence, or other less efficient mechanisms. He also noted that success in creating our own snow and rain across states like Utah, Colorado, Oregon, California, and Texas, with impressive amplification ratios, claiming that over 40,000 pounds of precipitation per pound of seeded material dispersed. That's nuts. Clips of him saying it's way easier to make snow than his rains have spread widely on the internet. So, I mean, well, we can't. It's very possible that that's what happened. We haven't had a real good thing like this occur. Well, not good, but
Right.
since '93 in the area. We had a lot of heavy snows after that. The ice, get rid of the ice, man. Like,
yeah. We had snow about this time last year. Okay, this is the first snow I've seen since 2003 down here.
Yeah.
And it was like 10 inches. I mean, and it was perfect powder. And I'm like, okay, I can live with this because I never lost power or anything, but ice is what, we've always been accustomed to down here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and if you remember last year, I tried to show the thing where snow don't melt; it turns black. It smells like burnt plastic. Now people are saying, "Well, that's the carbon off the lighter." Well, when we was up Tully's, it came a snowstorm up there, and we tried it, and the snow felt different, and that snow melted and didn't turn black. And it's the same process. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but a heat source causes snow to melt, ice to melt. I mean, it just does.
Well, there's it's just the carbon off the lighters turning it black. Then where's the melting going? It still should melt. It's fire on cold hot water.
Yep, that's exactly right. So, but people that they can come up with all the reasons why something's not a certain way, but the minute you mention something off the rails a little bit, it's like, oh, that can't be right. But we're showing more and more, us literally and the world in general, that all these conspiracies that used to be out there are actually happening.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole cloud seeding thing, people still think that's a conspiracy when it's out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
Yeah,
It's weird.
because what they flooded Dubai, was it a couple years ago?
Oh, the cloud seeding that they was doing at the exact same time that Dubai got hit with that insane storm had nothing to do with that insane storm.
Right, right.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. But that's okay. You know, if you want to live in your little dream world, go right ahead. You're allowed. You're
Mhm.
wrong, but you're allowed.
Absolutely.
just that thanks for coming to my TED talk.
Yeah.
So, all right. And you know, it's really bad that we're having to go with Friday freakouts instead of Friday feel goods because they're easier to find.
Much easier to find.
So I wasn't here last week, but Larry had brought up, and I think I caught part of this when I jumped on just to listen for a little bit last week, that Congress has mandated that all new passenger vehicles sold in the United States, starting with model year 2027, must include advanced impaired driving prevention technology, a requirement originally embedded in Section 24220 of the 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which directed the National Highway Safety and Traffic Safety Administration to set safety standards for passive systems that monitor driver performance and detect blood alcohol levels at or above 0.08%, and then prevent or limit the vehicle operation if impairment is identified. Often labeled as a kill switch by critics, the technology is designed to curb drunk driving without requiring active tests like breathalyzers, relying instead on sensors to detect issues such as erratic steering, lane departure, or physiological signs, and it can be disabled starting the car or restrict its function until the situation resolves. While proponents, including groups like Mothers Against Drunk Driving, argue it will save lives by addressing a major cause of fatal crashes, opponents, including some representatives who have raised alarms about privacy invasion from constant driver monitoring, potential false positives leading to wrongful lockouts without clear recourse or due process, increased vehicle costs passed to the consumer, and feared that the system could evolve into a broader government-controlled remote deactivation capabilities, even though the law itself does not require remote government's activation or external control. Recent attempts in 25 and 26, such as the No Kill Switches in Cars Act and amendments to defund enforcement led by figures like Representative Thomas Macy, have failed to repeal or block the mandate, with a January 2026 House vote preserving it despite divided support, meaning automakers must begin implementing compliant systems in upcoming new cars. Now, I remember that at one time, if you got pulled over and your, blood alcohol was at a certain level, they did put a machine in your car that you would have to blow into. I don't have a problem with that, but because you have proven you're going to do this, but it shouldn't come in my new car because,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. And like I guess people could see it, and the way that they phrase it, it makes it sound like a good thing. Well, if you're driving directly, we'll shut your car off. But this also leads to the fact that if you need to get out somewhere fast and they don't want a mass of people getting out of somewhere fast, they'll just shut the cars off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you'll be going on foot. It gives them complete control over that. Like, if, let's say, for instance, like, heaven forbid, ever your town's militarized and everybody wants to start leaving, they just turn the car off and makes it even that more difficult to leave.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
It's a stage of control that's beyond what we should have.
Yes. I mean, and you see it a lot, and I try really to be fair in this. Sometimes it's difficult, but government overreach is government overreach, whether it's something you agree with or disagree with, and it starts with something small, but then it progressively becomes more and more and more, because you can't go back from that. Once they've started implementing it, that's going to be the standard going forward until just something insane happens to get rid of it. we can't even ratify, the damn Equal Rights Amendment after 60 years. How are we going to get rid of something like this that is going to cause every single manufacturer of those parts and those vehicles and everything to make a fortune? Because they are definitely going to send on the cost to us.
Yeah, exactly. And Nick said it's called interlock. He had to have one on his car, I think, for a long time. Where you had to blow into the thing before it start.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And Crystal, I don't disagree. If it were done without the overreach, it's not a bad idea. That's why I was okay with them, putting the little thing in your car if you got caught drunk driving. That's part of your punishment. If you're going to get out there and drink and drive, you're going to have to blow into this before you can drive. That's awesome. I could get behind that. Because you can come back from that once you've behaved or, you've proven that you're not going to do this. You're off of probation or whatever it was. I think that's what it was. You had to have it in your vehicle for a certain amount of time. Yeah. And then, once you had passed that time, then it came out. But like I said, once it's in your car, it's like OnStar. My car's got OnStar on it, even though I don't pay for it. But I know damn well they can stop my car at any point in time if they decide that I'm a threat.
I agree. Well, yeah, we got OnStar in that new one out there. I mean, that's the reason we just need to try to find these classics. It seems like a staged effort, though, even since like the Cash from Clunkers to now. Cash for Clunkers' ultimate goal was to get old cars off the road. People were driving in perfectly good vehicles to get crushed because they was getting $34,000 out of them. But and that takes away, from the ability to get older vehicles like that. But eventually, I mean, I don't know. It's a weird world we're living in.
Yep, it really is.
Yeah.
But we still have to live in it.
Yeah, I guess.
I need directions to that ice wall, Cecil. You're going to have to do something about that.
You point one direction and go straight.
Okay. All right. So, okay, we'll quit bitching about that for the moment. That doesn't mean it won't come back at some other point in time because they are still voting on this, even though they aren't agreeing on it. At this point, it is still in place to go forward starting in 2027.
I really think they're going to have a hard time selling their vehicles when they do this. I really do. And I'm totally about it, but there's people that drive kind of shitty anyway when they're sober. So it's going to just shut their car off. So I mean, I don't know. So, you won't be able to drive in snow because you won't be able to properly correct things if you keep sliding and stuff like that. They're going to shut your car off so you'll freeze until they let you turn it back on.
The truck Mo drives now has all of that automated stuff. Like if he gets too close to what the truck thinks is to another vehicle, it brakes. He has no control over it. If he's going to pass somebody and they think he's drifting, it will jerk him back to the lane until it realizes.
The lane assist stuff is horrible. It scares me to death. I'm not used to it still. Mandy says, well, if you use your turn signals, it won't do that. But I mean, if I'm driving down the interstate, I'm swerving in and out of traffic,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if lane assist kicks me over, that could cause me to wreck because I just ain't looking for it to happen. It's weird.
Right. And imagine having 80,000 pounds behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's insane.
It's terrifying. Lane assist, I did test this out in a rental car. I hope the rental place ain't listening. If you have the adaptive cruise control and lane assist on in some vehicles and you're on the interstate, you don't even have to touch the wheel. It just drives for you. Yeah.
Hey, I remember when I was a teenager, the gentleman that drove our church bus had a nephew, and it was when cruise control first got to where it was standard on vehicles. So he buys this van, and he's got a bar in it and a bed and all this stuff. He's a player. He thought cruise control meant it would drive itself, and turned on his cruise control and got up to walk back and make a drink.
But I mean, now the cruise control kind of does in a way. I don't think that'll stop you completely, but it's all the same stuff.
That's a good point, Landa. I hope the rental place is listening to us. That means that we're going places.
I'll put it on Mandy's name anyway, so that don't matter.
There you go. There you go. All right. So there's a guy in California named Mark Collins of Evergreens Wholesale in Escondido, California. He's filed a lawsuit in federal court against the state of California after the state agriculture officials destroyed approximately $32,000 of his citrus plants in late January of this year. The state, through the California Department of Food and Agriculture, ordered the destruction, claiming the plants were potentially infected or at risk of carrying a serious disease like Huang Long Bing, citrus greening.
That's actually 32,000 of his citrus plants.
Yep.
Yeah, the dollars. Yeah, they just killed a bunch of them.
Yep. So, and that, that is a devastating bacterial illness that threatens the citrus industry, and it does require strict eradication measures in nurseries to prevent the spread. But Collins maintains that the plants were healthy, disputes the state's finding or testing process, and says the action has cost him roughly $3 million in lost inventory with no reimbursement offered, prompting him to sue for compensation and to challenge the destruction as wrongful. This case highlights tensions between aggressive government plant health regulations aimed at protecting agriculture statewide and the financial hardships faced by individual growers when large-scale destructions occur without compensation or what the owner views as sufficient due process.
Yeah, I mean, it's to that point, though, like, they can just come in and be like, there's a disease for these plants about 50 miles that way. We think you probably got some of that here. And they don't really test them or anything. Like this guy said, they were healthy plants and just eradicated them. And that seems like a part of control too. Like you take into effect that a tech giant has bought out most of the farmland, and he's not farming at all. So I mean, it seems like everything that they're doing seems like if you just look at it all together, it looks like they're leaning more and more toward complete control of some sort.
Right.
It's really weird.
There are places that it's illegal to catch rainwater. There are places that you're not allowed to grow a garden. And that's insane to me. That is absolutely insane to me. Because and I know that there are states that water is considered owned by certain places. I know I had a friend that lived in Colorado, and they actually had laws in place that meant it was something about where the water originated from. So in other words, if you had a river going from Kentucky to Mississippi because it started in Kentucky on your land, that means you owned the water. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. I mean, I don't particularly care for the fact that, we have all of these water companies that, water is now a product and not a right, because you got to have water to live. So if I want to get out there and capture water, I should be able to.
I never understood the whole you can't capture water thing. I don't get the idea behind it. I'm sure they have some kind of, if you capture it, then how's it going to go back into the sky and make more water?
Right.
But people's done that for as long as people's been around. I mean, even right now, when I go out and I collect spring water. Luckily, it's not legal right now. But eventually that will be. And who are they to say that they own the water falling from the sky to make us not be able to take it?
Yeah. And that's what okay, here I went and found it. It's illegal or restricted to collect rainwater in some places, primarily due to established water rights laws, especially in the arid American West, where it's seen as diverting water from senior rights holders or disrupting natural flows that replenish streams and aquifers. So, okay, I can get behind this is the desert and we need that water to, but senior rights holders, I think, is complete and total bullshit.
Yeah, that's somebody looking up at a cloud storm being like, I'm going to make some money today. Like, you know, what the hell's that got to do with that?
Exactly.
Water falls from the sky. Get over it.
And, you know, I mean, like I said, because it's like in some states, especially those with scarce water, they have laws. It's like first in time, first in right, you know, and it's like, okay, like I say, you bought that piece of land and the rain falls, so nobody else is allowed to collect it.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, I'm not a religious person, but I feel like if God gives it to all of us, then we should be allowed to have it, period.
Yep. If it falls from the sky or grows from my bucket in my backyard, it's free.
Exactly. Exactly. So if it's falling over your house, they aren't using it anyway. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. That's a very strange one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Again, there's that overreach.
Overreaching. Let's see. I'm trying to find one that I'm actually interested in. Because we stay so rampant on all this stuff, and it's just getting to me a little bit. I know it's getting everybody. So let's do a fun one real quick. Britain is doing something a little unexpected. This used to be common practice back in the old days over in the great U of K. Britain's National Health Service has faced significant controversy and backlash for publishing guidance and materials suggesting that marriage between first cousins can have various potential benefits, such as a stronger extended family support system, economic advantages. Tully actually talked a little bit about this last week. This is the breakdown. Financial and social security at individual, family, and kinship levels, and a collective social capital. While acknowledging but downplaying the genetic risk to the children or as a small or exaggerated compared to the general population. In one instance from September 2025, an NHS genomics educational program article highlighted these points before removing amid public outcry. With critics, including politicians, calling for apologies and labeling the content as promoting high-risk practices linked to increased chance of birth defects, recessive disorders, and other health issues in offspring. More recently, earlier this year, I guess earlier in the month, training materials from midwives reportedly urging balancing discussions of risk with these supposed benefits and warned against stigmatizing close relative marriages, prompted an investigation by the NHS and the Department of Health. How such guidance was produced, anyway, as officials reiterated that first cousin marriages carry a clear elevated health risk, as the government has no plans to ban the illegal practice, despite ongoing debates and failed attempts to outlaw it. I mean, if we didn't have this, we wouldn't have the royal family.
That is a true statement. We would not.
So I mean, I get where they're coming from. I don't want to partake in it, but I mean, to each their own, right?
Well, you know, I don't have any cousins that I've ever looked at and went, "Damn, that's just me."
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I don't know people that have done that though. Okay.
My favorite part about this is people, when you say you're from Kentucky, that's usually what they bring up. Oh, like y'all bunch of sister lovers, ain't you? But we're not anymore. I mean, maybe in the early 1900s. Like I've said it 100 times on here. I had a great uncle who said, people didn't go too far out of the holler for love. But I mean, we live in a different time now. But even living in the modern times, this is something that they're still pursuing over there. So who's the hillbillies? You know what I mean by the by the statistic.
And I do believe. I mean, because all you have to do is look at a picture of, I think it's like Richard the third or the fourth. It's one of them over there. You can tell that poor fellow was inbred way too much.
They had something. Well, they had
hemophilia.
something. Well, yeah, that's out. But there was a facial feature amongst a bunch of them. Let's see. Well, I can't remember what it was. I need to find it. It was a thing. I can't remember what they called it. But yeah, this is a pretty common. Let me get this pulled up. Y'all. Let me hold on now. Y'all. I'm sorry, I'm moving a little slow.
No.
But
good. You're good.
This is there was a whole like few generations of folks where the inbreeding got so bad over there for the rules that this was like
that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah. Like they had like the sloped face or whatever. And the nose and all that good stuff. So I mean, there are genetic defects that come along with like multiple generations of creating the vine, so to speak, instead of the family tree. So I'm glad for him, you know. Do you over there, Britain? keep on keeping on, man.
Oh, okay. You know, that's one thing that they said that they discovered when like 23andMe and all of those got so popular is just how rampant incest is in this country.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of the branches intertwine at one point or another.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. No.
Well, you know, I can't in fairness say that let people be, let them love who they want to love, as long as they're consenting adults, and say unless they're first cousins. But it's not for me. You know, it's not ever going to be for me. Huh?
Where do you think the mark is? Second cousins? Third cousins?
I say if you're, and my daughter put it beautifully one day because she was upset when she found out that my mom and her sister married brothers. And I'm like, but they're not related at all. It doesn't matter, Mom. They're at the same family reunions. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's one way to look at it. So that was her marker.
Let's put it out to the chat. What do you think is too close of kin for a nice, loving relationship?
You know, I love my cousins. I just don't love my cousins.
All
right. And I loved this one. And I can't believe we haven't talked about it. So Elon of the Musks recently stated on the Moonshots with David Diamondis podcast in early January of this year that people shouldn't worry about saving for retirement in the next 10 to 20 years or so, because it will become irrelevant as rapid advances in AI, robotics, and energy will create a supersonic tsunami of productivity, leading to a world of extreme abundance with zero scarcity of goods and services. He envisions a future of universal high income where everyone can have whatever they want, including superior health care and education available to all, making traditional nest eggs unnecessary since money and work as necessities would fade away. Musk acknowledge potential downsides like social unrest and a crisis of meaning when jobs become optional, but he remains highly optimistic about this transformative era. Personal finance experts and economists have largely pushed back, calling the advice speculative and risky given current realities of inflation, inadequate savings among many Americans, and uncertainties around Social Security, urging people to continue building retirement funds regardless of futuristic predictions. This coming from a man who is almost a trillionaire.
Yeah.
You know, he won't have to worry about retirement at all.
No, none of them will. The ones that are pushing all this, I mean, it's all rainbows and unicorns right now on the outlook of the future when you're a trillionaire and you're like, oh, this is going to help everybody.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we have to see that in practice. And, I mean, like we talked about a few weeks ago about the precious material getting ready to pop, like the stock and those are getting ready to pop. Did you see today that gold has dropped 14%, and not gold, but gold has dropped down like to 5,000 and silver tumbled 14% today.
Wow.
So it's a significant drop already. I feel like we're getting ready to see that bubble we was talking about pop the other day. So, I mean, when that happens, what's going to happen from there? Like, gold is what they claim determines our dollar worth.
Yeah.
But we all know that's a petrodollar nowadays, which gives them a chance to print unlimited money. I don't know if he was here, but I showed that video of Steve Wozniak printing his own $2 bills that he actually uses.
Yeah, I did not see that one.
Yeah. Steve Wozniak, the guy that helped create Apple, he has his own printer and prints his own $2 bills and uses them, and they're federally okay.
Wow. And it is almost impossible to get the materials to make money.
Yep.
And yet here we are, another person that doesn't have to worry about retirement. I have no words, Cecil.
Right there, uses them at the strip club. I remember the first time I went to a strip club and it was like, hey, I need a stack of ones. And they gave me a stack of twos. I was like, what the hell is this? So I'm glad Linda has just pointed out she frequents the strip clubs often.
Well, I had a coworker, we were talking about this just like yesterday. And back when I worked for corporate America, we had this big, employee break room that had vending machines, going down like 3 walls. And it had a change machine. So, if you needed, $1 for your Coke, you could put up to a 20 in it, and it would give you your change back. It gave it back to you in Susan B. Anthony dollars. I did not know that until I put my $10 in there and it shot them out. And I'm that person. I don't spend Susan B. Anthony dollars. I save them.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Are
get my drink.
Are you talking about the little gold coins?
Yep.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think Sacagawea ones are the big ones now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
So I did not.
Look, Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie. I didn't get my drink that day.
But yeah, I mean, Dad worked at a factory where they shot out them little gold coins like that. That's pretty cool.
Yep. So this one went way under the radar, and it surprised me when I realized what the date on it was, because none of us talked about it. So that to me says just how far under the radar it went. So back on June the 13th of last year, the U.S. Army swore in 4 prominent tech executives: Shyam Sankar from Palantir, Andrew Bosworth from Meta, Kevin Weil of OpenAI, and Bob McGrew from Thinking Machines Lab as lieutenant colonels in the U.S. Army Reserve as part of a new initiative called Detachment 201, or the Executive Innovation Corps, designed to integrate cutting-edge technology expertise into military operations by recruiting senior tech leaders to serve part-time without abandoning their civilian careers. This move aims to bridge the gap between commercial innovation and defense needs, focusing on areas like artificial intelligence, data analytics, and rapid tech solutions to enhance the Army's transformation into a more agile and lethal force, while inspiring a new generation of tech professionals to contribute to national service. Potential implications include accelerated military adoption of advanced technologies, potentially leading to a more efficient crisis response and strategic advantages. But it has raised ethical concerns about conflicts of interest, as these executives will not recuse themselves from the Department of Defense business dealings, possibly allowing their companies to gain an inside track on lucrative contracts and blurring the lines between private tech giants and government military efforts. Critics argue this could create an ethical minefield, prioritizing corporate influence over impartial decision-making in defense procurement and innovation. And this is just my personal opinion. Lieutenant Colonel is literally, there's one more position between that and General. And you've got these people who have busted their asses working up through the ranks to get to that rank, and they just gave it to 4 people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I don't know what the point of it is. I guess we'll have to see. I don't even know. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. I don't even know how to speculate on it.
And like I said, I don't know how it came across to me the other day because, like I said, usually one of us catches stuff like that, and like I said, it just happened to come up, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I thought it was like recent, and then I saw the dates on it and everything. I'm like, wow, that one definitely flew low.
Yeah, it's probably got something to do, with the new tech that they just submitted that we have, like these new like crowd control things and what they speculate we used when we went into, I don't even remember the country at this point. I'm
Over at
sorry, I'm in
Iran.
pain. Yeah.
No. Yeah, over in Iran.
Yeah. So it's really hard to say. One thing I want to talk about before we go to intermission here in a minute. Cosmic Crumbs was very good last night. I enjoyed it. I wish Tully was here so I could call him out on casting shade on my cheese sandwich. Mandy and I have spoken about this at length after I got off work today. It is the best cheese sandwich. So, don't knock it till you try it. They're totally, if you're listening. I thought it was a good addition to Cosmic Crumbs.
Yep. And that's everybody has, their grilled cheese. I mean, I firmly believe that. I grew up with a piece of American cheese between two pieces of plain white bread and that canned tomato soup. I don't eat that canned tomato soup anymore, and I don't eat my grilled cheeses like that anymore either. But we had a friend that was staying with us, and this has been years back and everything. And I was making grilled cheeses, and I made homemade chicken noodle soup. And I asked him if he'd like one. He goes, "Oh, I'd love grilled cheese." He says, "As a matter of fact, make me two." I'm like, "Okay." So I get out all the stuff. I make it. I've got pepper jack, I've got sharp cheddar, and I've got Gouda, and I've got them buttered and cooked and everything. Make everybody's plate. He takes one bite and hands it to Steven, my son. And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "What did you put in it?" And I'm like, "Cheddar, pepper jack, Gouda." "Oh my God, why? It's supposed to be American cheese between two pieces of bread." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, we don't cook them that way in my house."
And I'll reshare this. You need to try this. This is legitimately the best cheese sandwich I've ever had. And look at me, I know. White bread, mayonnaise, a slice of cheddar cheese, a slice of American cheese, and a slice of mozzarella cheese. Put the mayonnaise on the outside of each piece of bread, and then put the cheeses in the middle and cook it. And then it's the best cheese sandwich you've ever had.
Well, I'm glad you specified that because the mayo was throwing me. I didn't realize you were putting it on the outside, like in place of butter, right?
Yeah, it makes it's so much better. It's so much better.
Because it's a fat. So yeah, I mean that would work because that's what kept throwing me. I thought you were putting it on the inside and then like throwing some butter in the paint. And so okay, I might have to give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try. Mayo makes a much better cheese sandwich than butter.
I will definitely try it because it takes me forever to go through a jar of mayonnaise because we just don't use a lot of it. So that would give me something else to use it.
But what are we talking about? Strange frequencies tonight.
Weird Alabama.
Strange and weird Alabama. So come on over at 8:00 in 13 minutes. We'll still be right here. We go get you something to drink, call you mommy and all her friends and be like, "Hey, you need to pop on over." And have them pop on over and watch as we cover the strange stuff we can find about Alabama, besides the fact that for 2 hours on the interstate you can't get a cup of coffee anywhere.
That is strange, though. That is very strange.
Strange. Thank you all so much, and we'll be right back.
But wait, there's more! The bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
I was worried. I was scared to mess with the music totally, so I didn't know which one to use. Sorry, you guys, you were sitting in silence. Well, welcome to Strange Frequencies, everybody.
Hey.
Take it on, Laura. Morgan. I called you Lauren.
You tell me whatever you want to.
It sounds like you're coming through your webcam, by the way.
What?
It sounds like you're coming through your webcam.
You as well. Let's check that out. Yep.
All right. So while y'all are checking that out, then we're going to be talking about Alabama tonight. The strange, the weird, the unusual, a little bit of all of it. And, you know, I'm going to start with some cool ass names. They have Lick Skillet, Possum Trot. They have Burnt Corn and Scratch Ankle.
Burnt corn. Now, is that a moonshiner that they're mashed, they scorched it, or what?
All it says is it's a community named for a historical event. And that could be the historical event.
Yeah, remember, they were serving moonshine with when they scorched the corn.
So I'm gonna look that up real quick.
That's funny. No, Alabama in itself, the time that I've drove through Alabama was very unique to me. Not to casting shade on anybody that may be listening from Alabama, but there's a 2-hour section of interstate where there's nothing. And there was one time that we pulled off. It was late at night, we was driving through Alabama real late at night. And we went to this little gas station. I didn't go inside because I was smoking. Mandy went inside. And I stood out on the sidewalk smoking. And I noticed what appeared to be semi-dried blood laying on the sidewalk and a little bit splattered on the wall and the window and the trash can that was immediately there. My first thought was somebody's been out here puking blood. We was the only people that was in this area. No other cars came through. And Mandy walked out and she said, that cashier was acting strange. She was all sweaty and pale. And I was like, huh. And I said, does that look like blood to you? She said, yeah. I said, maybe we should go. So we get back.
Yeah.
So, Stephen, burnt corn is one of the state's oldest settlements, and it is likely named after an incident where early travelers found a pile of parched or burned corn left by Creek Indians.
What's up, Amy?
Hey, Amy. And Amy is from Alabama, just FYI.
Is she?
Really?
Yes, she is. And hopefully we won't butcher it up too bad. So, hey, throw anything you want to in the comments. One of my favorite things from Alabama, if you don't know this, Cecil, if you missed it, is Conecuh, Alabama is where they make Conecuh sausage. And that is the best smoked sausage in the country.
With full respect, Amy, Alabama's weird to me. We stopped at a hotel in Alabama, and I sent you all a picture of this. Right off the interstate, in not summer, not winter, not one other car in the whole area. And it was like a big hotel.
Really? Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird
time. I think the first Buc-ee's I ever went to was in Alabama. So
I had never been to Buc-ee's until they built one.
57 years old, and I've never set foot in a Buc-ee's.
You got to go to Buc-ee's. It's not that far of a drive for you, Morgana.
Every state.
Stephen, there's one 15 miles from me.
Really?
Yeah, they just opened one last year. I never go that way.
Anytime we see a Buc-ee's when we're traveling, we stop. And Mandy gets a Mac.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My son makes a couple of. Yeah, my son makes a couple of trips a year to Florida, and he always stops to get jerky every time he goes through there.
Yeah, they've got some that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the record, jerky's ridiculously expensive no matter where you get it. So,
the truck stop. Am I right, fellas?
Look,
step out.
Because the local grocer would tell people to slap out of an item. I've heard slap out more than once in my life. I did not realize there was a town with that name.
We're plumbing out up here. We never slap out or anything. We're always plumbing.
I have been plumb out of stuff too.
Yeah, Amy, it probably is overrated to some degree, but I mean, it is fun, especially if you're traveling somewhere and you can go in, you can walk around and
it's
look
quick.
at all the stuff that they have, because they've got more stuff than you can see in just a 30-minute stop.
The one in Sevierville, Tennessee is the biggest one in the United States until they finish renovating one of them in Texas. And it's got a car wash that is unbelievable. And if you get the $16 car wash, which is the most expensive car wash, then you can get your gas for $1 a gallon.
Really?
Yeah. Sweet.
Did not know that. I will tell you that trucks are not allowed at Buc-ee's, at any
big
Buc-ee's.
trucks.
Yeah, big trucks.
Really?
Yep. No, they are not allowed. Big trucks. Well, and I understand what their thing is. It's a family thing. It's a traveler thing. Is how they push it and everything. But you want to get a truck driver pissed off? Just say something about going to Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Buc-ee's, brother.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, and there are some that carry it to over the limit. And so I get why it pisses a lot of them off, because there have been drivers that have stopped on the off ramp to walk in and been refused service.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I think that's I don't think it's a regular thing. I think it's just been several isolated incidences. But I get not wanting the trucks in the parking lot, for the fact that too they do damage, and everything, and
Right.
they're not set up for that kind of thing. But if somebody's parked out on the street, take their money.
Yeah, that's something I don't know. That's something I've thought a lot about. This country is most of the goods that are delivered in the country, they get to the grocery stores, by a truck, by an 18-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
And it's becoming more and more difficult for trucks to find a place to actually park. I mean, it seems like cities are going out of their way to make it difficult on them. And
yeah. So, okay, Amy, Mobile is the wettest city in the country. Is it because it's coastal or a rain amount? Because I just always assumed it would be somewhere like Seattle or somewhere like that. I mean,
it's the wettest in the lower 48.
Okay. But that would still include Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
So that's great. Okay, rain. Wow, did not know that.
Well, Seattle's number 4, actually.
Really?
It's Mobile, New Orleans, Pensacola, and then Seattle.
Wow.
Really?
See, I wouldn't have picked any of those 3 as in the top 10.
The number 1, though, with almost double what Mobile gets, is Hilo, Hawaii.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
Cool. So,
Mobile.
Have y'all ever heard of Sand Mountain Sam?
No.
No.
You know Puxatawny, Phil?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Sand Mountain Sam is a possum, and he actually predicts the weather in Alabama. So they said since 1993, Sand Mountain Sam has a 31-1 record.
Nice.
For the spring coming. So
Really?
I'd say he's a little bit more accurate than Phil is.
Oh yeah. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Phil, he's gotten lazy.
He might just be old.
Yeah, I did like the movie Groundhog Day, though. My wife's not a fan of it, but I like it.
I love that movie.
It's in my top 10.
Yeah.
How long did they say he was stuck there for? 35 years or something? If you had it up all the time?
I can't remember. I know that they said that everything that he perfected would take an average of 7 to 10 years. So ice sculpting, to get as good as he got with it, would take 7 to 10 years.
They've came up with approximately 33 years and 350 days he was stuck on Groundhog's Day.
Wow. That's crazy. I love that movie. Yeah. Yep.
And he came out of it with a lot of skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
they basically got a 30-year boost on his life for free.
That's right.
I would actually kind of dig that, I think. That'd be fun.
It depends on what the day is.
Oh, yeah.
And it depends on where I was. Because I'll be honest with you, having to relive the same day every day for 33 plus years in my hometown, I would probably perfect the suicide thing.
Oh, yeah. He did. He did a good job at it.
I think I could find something different to do every day.
Yeah.
For 30 years.
Well, it's because of the fact too, I think that he had options. Like I said, he was in an area where he could learn snow sculpting. He found the lady that did piano and stuff. There's just not a lot of stuff to do in my hometown.
Think about this. Mm-hmm. If you wanted to fish, you could literally know exactly where to throw your bait every time to catch a record fish. If you figured it out. And every day you could just break records and party. Like just
Yep.
I have a feeling that the way people are now, they just waste that 33 years like scrolling through TikTok.
Oh God.
well, you couldn't do that though, because it'd be the same videos.
Well, you never get tired of the same shit again.
Yeah.
If you scrolled 24 hours, you would have went through all the TikToks you could possibly see.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, Amy pointed out too that, and most people, unless you're from down here, a lot of people do not know is that Mobile is actually the home of Mardi Gras, not New Orleans. And it is a big competitive thing. I mean, across the board, because New Orleans is known for being Mardi Gras, but it's actually the origin was in Mobile.
I started to say they must be losing the war because I never knew Mobile had Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm actually currently today finished up a Mardi Gras book for because this is huge. I mean, because they do balls and then of course there are the parades and all of this stuff. And the way that this works in Mississippi, at least, because I don't know much about Mobile or New Orleans as far as the traditions. Is they have the king and queen, and then there is a group of dukes, and then there are maids, and then they have a theme every year, and this particular one's is pop art this year. And it's just always weirded me out because I'm not from here and I did not grow up with this, that you've got these middle-aged old men that are dukes and these 18 and 19-year-old little girls that are the maids. And like I said, it creeps me out when I'm sitting there looking at the picture of this court and I'm like, they're babies, and these are old lecturers. And and like I said, these girls grow up in this, I mean, they're pages when they're little and, they grow up through it, and they have like the whole history of every family member they have that's been in the court and everything. So to them, this is normal. To me, it's just creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
where'd he go?
I don't know.
Cecil
I guess he didn't like us talking about leches and little girls.
Yeah, that must have been the kicker.
Did you also know? Huh?
Is my audio back to normal, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
You sound fine.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Alabama is the only state that has an alcoholic beverage as their state drink. The Alabama Slammer.
What is that? What does it consist of?
It contains amaretto, Southern Comfort, sloe gin, and orange juice.
Why, though, would you pick anything with Southern Comfort as your state drink?
See, when I used to do Southern Comfort, I would shoot it and chase it with Mountain Dew. I was like 18 years old, though, so I didn't know any better.
Southern Comfort's like Fireball, ain't it? Like
no, it's sweet.
Cinnamon?
No, not at all. It is sweet.
What am I thinking of? Something else is cinnamon other than Fireball.
It's Fireball and Hot Damn are both cinnamon based.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wild turkey's not that.
She didn't say wild turkey.
Oh wait, I'm just thinking about wild turkey. It's been a long time since I've had wild turkeys.
All right. So, just in case next time you go through Cecil, it is illegal to drive blindfolded when you're in Alabama.
How is you supposed
that would make sense. Yeah. That's good.
Speaking of wild turkey, we used to put the wild turkey honey in the freezer and let it get to where it was like hyper cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we just passed that around without a chaser or anything. And that stuff was killer.
Yeah, it was good, actually. Yeah.
Because it was just cut enough to where you didn't need a chaser with it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I've ever drank that.
No,
but now, I mean, my go-to drink is vodka. So,
yeah. But let's be honest, after 4 or 5 swigs, you don't really need chaser for anything.
No.
There's some things I'm taking a chaser with every time. like passing moonshine around, you got to drink some water with it.
Yeah. Well, you just got to drink water.
No, not if it's done right.
Yes, but there's something about just the process of, taking, like, having a jar of water, a jar of moonshine, and just the process of, Cecil knows what I'm talking about. We used to sit around on a couch and do that all the time with 15 other people.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's before people worried about germs.
The moonshine killed everything, dude. We had a buddy that drank so much moonshine. This is way off topic.
Yeah,
but ticks would bite him and then drop dead.
Yeah, that's not even a joke.
That's a true story.
I figured it out. I looked over. I said, "Is that a tick on you, bud?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." And he reached down and grabbed it, and it crumbled.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Somebody. Wow. Man. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Right?
I guess I never had Atlanta. We have had the right moonshine, Crystal. We probably all the same dude in Manchester that made it. Honestly, he supplied the tri-state with moonshine.
I did get a handle once when I was about 15, 16. We stole it from my buddy's grandpa who made it.
And I just want to know if his name is John Lee Pettymore.
No.
Okay.
No. But we stole it from his barn, and it had like dust on it and stuff, and we drank it, and it was like drinking water.
Yep.
And about 10 minutes later, I was like, I think this hit us, and we were gone. Like, we was gone. Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
The really, really good stuff, it's going to be just as clear as water, and I don't know, it's really good. I'll say
that kind of happened to me, except I found a box of wine that had been stored, and somehow, I don't know how she did it, but my grandmother had gotten a whole apple in the bottom of the bottle. And this wine was probably 30, 40 years old. And me and Andy had a bottle one night, and it was almost like mead. Like, I guess it had just gotten stronger and stronger and stronger over the years.
Really?
But it was good. Yeah.
Well, at least it didn't turn into vinegar.
I will say, Crystal, we're all about the same age. And the particular person that
Manchester was the only place to get it.
That we purchased ours from made it for several people. Let's say that.
Yeah, he supplied the whole tri-state.
So I knew other people that made it though. God, moonshine was good. Anyway,
I've got 2 jars downstairs.
I've got 3.
Well, we used to get chocolate moonshine from this guy, and it was, Mo doesn't drink shots at all, and he would sit there and match me shot for shot. It was the smoothest thing you ever put in your mouth, and he got busted, so we haven't been able to find any since.
Well, this is the 2 jars I have is from our hometown. We got it as Christmas presents, and I don't drink liquor anymore, so it just kind of sits.
The 3 I have,
it doesn't go bad, so.
Yeah, the 3 I have in there are about 8 years old, unopened, and they were made by a doctor who does that as a hobby.
Yeah, well, tell me what you should do with your moonshine is just go ahead and find you a small oak barrel and put it in there and let it age.
Make that with
Ronnie. You know, it gets close to Christmas time again. I'll have to send you some. I'll say it's coffee creamer. I've done that before.
The last
I'm gonna drink it, so
the last time Mo had it was the same. He had just quit drinking, and like I said, I've been in our second refrigerator outside for probably 3 or 4 years, and I was making cordials and ran out of vodka, and I had a big, like a gallon of blueberries, and I wanted to make blueberry cordials, and he's like, "You said moonshine." Best cordials I've ever made. I mean, they were fantastic. So
something I would try is a copperhead. I haven't tried making copperhead in a long time.
I got burned out on it.
Yeah, me too. That's why I haven't had one in like 15 years.
Yeah.
But you got to have the powder country Tom lemonade to make those.
Yeah. The best ones though is the powdered, and then you throw some real lemons up into a booze. It's good. You know who else really likes moonshine? Two-Toed Tom, I mean. Have you ever heard of Two-Toed Tom?
Nope.
He's one of the South's most famous and most believable cryptid legends, said to inhabit the swamps and rivers along the Alabama and Florida border.
Mm-hmm.
Tom is described as a massive alligator with a distinctive feature. He's only got 2 toes on 1 foot, supposedly lost it in a steel trap. Stories of Two-Toed Tom date back to the early 1900s with reports of a gator longer than a canoe, strong enough to drag livestock and occasionally people into water. Hunters claim bullets bounced off his skulls. Traps failed. Poison didn't work either. Tom just gobbled it up like as a cool breeze. What elevates Tom to a big gator to a cryptid is his apparent intelligence. Legend says he learned to avoid traps, destroy boats, attack only when he chose to, and some versions even claim he outlived multiple generations of hunters. While giant alligators are absolutely real, Two-Toed Tom exists in a gray space where exaggeration, fear, and truth overlap. Yeah.
That's
And,
crazy.
Why don't anybody ever infuse meat with moonshine? I wonder.
I think they put ginseng in some.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to take a gator tail and blend it up in some moonshine and drink it.
So, it's surprisingly, I mean, I figure this will surprise somebody anyway. I'm not big on like the paranormal shows, where people go and hang out and stuff. I'd rather watch a podcast of somebody who does it, or something like that. But the Sloss Furnaces in Alabama is one of the few times that I've actually watched paranormal. I forget the name of it now, but it was one of the ones that was on. It's still, as a matter of fact, it's still an active show. But they had to close. They started closing it down in 1971 because there were just so many accidents and stuff. They said that people compared it to working in hell. It was so hot. Said that generally in the summertime it stayed at a steady 120 degrees inside, and nice. Said that they paid them decent money, but it really wasn't worth it. But said they had a night shift manager named James Wormwood, and said he would make the men do things that even the owners wouldn't push for. But said under his command, 47 men lost their lives. And many got injured so badly that they just couldn't work anymore. Well, there was an explosion in 1888. 6 of his men lost their eyesight in that incident. And he was the only one that had those kind of records and everything. Well, eventually it got to the point where they had to just shut it down because it had gotten so old, because it's been there since 21, and they were having more accidents than what they could go in and cover up. Well, they claim that Wormwood's ghost is still there, and the show that I watched, when they were walking through this place, one guy was hit with something and had a bruise on his arm a couple of hours later. And said that, the spirit that he saw was extremely malevolent, and everything like that. And said that a lot of people, when they're in there, say that they'll hear, if they're in there at night, somebody tell them to go back to work. And said when they finally closed the last thing down, it was in 1971, and one of the night shift managers was walking through and said he actually came face to face with a monster while he was in there. Said on his deathbed, he declared the monster was half human, half demon. that it tried pushing him towards a set of stairs around one of the big boilers. And he just fought it until it finally let go, and said that when he was found, he was covered in 3rd-degree burns, even though the ovens were off. And then he died several days after that.
That's
so, like I said, Ghost Adventures. That's the one that I watched it on.
Hey, Shelby.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Shelby.
Steve.
So,
Shelby.
like I said, that people still, go in there because you can go in and do, tours and stuff like that. But, so yeah, evidently the old fella still runs around torturing people.
That would be scary.
Mm-hmm.
I hate fire ghosts or anything to do with burning.
Yeah. There is a tombstone in Clayton, Alabama, and a woman in 1863 buried her hard-drinking husband beneath a whiskey bottle-shaped headstone.
Nice.
Yep, sure did. Hang on, let me share this. This is cool as hell.
I wonder if man bury me with a chicken wing headstone.
There you go. All right, share. So that middle one.
Oh, neat.
Is that? Yeah.
Bottle.
I mean, so he's even got him a little bottle at the bottom.
Nice.
So be creative. I don't want to be buried, but if you're going to bury me, make me a hell of a. I don't want a whiskey bottle, though. I don't drink, so.
I want something confusing. I don't know what it would be. Have you ever heard of Hugging Molly?
No.
Hang on, I might need to derail the conversation again.
Okay.
Of course. So behind the scenes, a lot of times for the show, I'll get relevant words and hashtags together to get our show out there in the ether and get people watching.
Yep.
And I was getting the show together, and I just had maybe the creepiest thing that's ever happened, because I don't use GPT for a lot, but I did use it as a randomizer because it is easy to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share the conversation here. So I pasted a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, hey, randomize this. Gives me a randomized mix. I go to use them, and I said, why did you remove Epstein? And it says, good catch. That one's on me. The only one, the only thing it removed out of this whole block of Iran massacre and all this stuff was the word Epstein.
Wow.
Yeah.
For the record, I went and reposted our stuff earlier too, and I included Epstein.
Well, so did I. Well, that's why I was looking. I got the paste in it, and I'm like, where did that go? And I'm like, did I actually give it to it? And I did.
Yeah.
And you can see it acknowledged that it took it out, which is nuts.
Yeah. I mean, there was strange stuff happening on Outlook too tonight.
Good catch. That one's on me.
Right.
Yeah.
I went to pull up the list for the 7 to 7:45 show. And I seen it and I clicked on it and it disappeared. I was like, huh. So I pulled it up on my phone and I seen it and it disappeared in front of my eyes on my phone. I was like, okay. Did I accidentally delete this? I went to my deleted, it wasn't there. I went to junk, it wasn't there. I went to another couple places, it wasn't there. Then I was like, huh. And I checked my drafts. And it was in my drafts, but I hadn't started a new draft.
That's odd.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It was like it buried it. I was like, what the hell?
AI made a jump that we're all not aware of yet. Is that what's happened?
Well, I've seen people asking it weird stuff over the last 48 hours, like what's so-and-so doing? how much paprika do I have left in the cupboard? And I swear to God, and it'll say something that's accurate, and then it's like, I thought you aren't looking at like things like through the camera, and it's like, oh, I'm not. And it's asking stuff like, how many beers do I have in the fridge? And they're pointing the camera, and it's like, oh, there's this many.
Let's see. What would
okay, so 13 Ghosts in Jeffrey is being made into a series. It's being produced for Alabama Public Television, and it's supposed to release this year. So,
yeah,
and it's
Alabama was the 13 Ghosts in Jeffrey.
Yeah, it's a book from Alabama, and it's based on these ghost stories from around the state.
Ooh.
And it was written in 1969 by Catherine Tucker Wyndham. And it's actually written and treated as a legendary, a series of legends and everything. So anyway, Jeffrey's Southern Ghosts should be releasing this year. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before totally dismantled the whole company. I was asking y'all if you know anything about Hugging Molly.
Nope.
Hugging Molly's less of a cryptid, more of the Southern nightmare masquerading as a ghost story. And then this originates in Abbeville. She's described as a towering woman dressed in black, sometimes said to have long arms and distorted features. According to legend, Hugging Molly would roam the streets at night, embracing people who walked alone. These hugs weren't affectionate. They were suffocating, terrifying, and sometimes fatal in the stories. In some versions, she's a grieving mother, in others, a witch, a spirit, or a warning figure meant to keep children indoors after dark. Unlike many cryptids, Hugging Molly power comes from intimacy. Dun, dun, dun. Not
okay.
if that's what you want to call that, okay.
Whether she's based on a real person, a moral lesson, or pure invention, the story stuck. And to this day, she's one of Alabama's most enduring folkloric figures. She loves giving hugs.
Yeah, I'll pass on that hug.
I mean, what type of woman is she?
That reminds me of like the police, like it was a special adult hug. Like,
so they have a place called Dismal's Canyon. It's got these glowworms called Dismalites that they do tours and stuff at night, and you can actually go in and see these things like lighting up.
I think Jason Isbell's from the great state of Alabama.
He is a horizontal hug.
Yeah, Crystal.
Yeah. But Alabama, they were the first state to declare Christmas a legal holiday in 1836.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes. And on that note, with the horizontal hugs, follow us if you don't already.
Yeah, the birthplace of windshield wipers and airbags.
Those horizontal toe-to forehead hugs.
And if you follow us, Cecil might do that on his OnlyFans or something. You never know.
Man. If he asks you to come over because he's got something special for you to help him with, tell me you may want to pass.
Special projects, yeah.
Okay, so this is a Tully story.
I've got one.
Oh, okay.
But you can go ahead. I'll go after you.
Well, this may be the one you have.
Mine's a boat.
Oh, no, this is the Dead Children's Playground.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've always wanted to go there. We should have went there when we went through Alabama.
Yeah. So it's it adjoins the Huntsville Historic Maple Park Cemetery. And it's a playground that looks like any other playground. It's got modern swing sets. It's got climbing apparatuses. But passersby often say they can see swings moving on their own, as well as orbs and spectral figures. The playground is surrounded on 3 sides by the limestone that form many caves in the area, giving it a shadowed appearance that lends itself to spooky legends. And then the fact that it's right there next to the cemetery does not help. But local teens actually started calling it that, but its families have always called it that. So, according to legend, many children who died in Huntsville during the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic are buried at Maple Hill, adjoining the playground. And the spirits of those children come out after dark to run and play as they might have in life. And they say you can do an online search, and there are photos of the shadows and the orbs.
Yeah. One of our good friends that we haven't heard from in a long time, we need to check up on him, is Abe. He used to do Abe's Front Porch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We had him on once, and he went there and explored a little bit. It's really cool looking place. I mean, it looked nice.
You can see if he wants to do the show next week or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just check on him too, see how he's doing. I haven't checked on him in a while. But yeah, I don't know how close we was when we went south, but that's going to be a regret of mine until I swing by there. That and not coming to see you.
Well, I'm glad you've acknowledged that.
Goofball activities.
For some reason, I thought you lived way further inland than.
But she literally told you before you left that she didn't. I was here.
I don't remember shit, and and I didn't realize that you lived in the exact town I drove through.
Like literally from either direction.
Imagine driving like 12 hours and you've been talking to somebody for 5 years and have the opportunity to see them in person for 10 minutes.
You know, I've been looking for proof of ghosts for a long time too. And I know somebody that had a chance to take a picture. One is
it's not the same thing. Not the same thing. Not the same thing.
So yes, actually you did pass Amy also.
So and the difference is totally I don't care to drive another 12 hours. I got to rectify mine. You're not going to be able to catch that ghost again.
So how about the boat?
So the boat's called the USS Alabama BB-60, and it sits in its final resting place in Mobile, Alabama, and it's alleged to serve as home to a variety of ghostly entities. It's actually a battle, like a warship, like a destroyer.
Yep.
It's a 680-foot long military attraction that sees many visitors. And the vast majority of the activities attributed to the deaths of 2 men during construction of the destroyer. It was completed in 1942 and served for 3 years without any fatalities from enemy fire. However, maybe ironically, there were numerous deaths caused by friendly fire. One of the gun's safety features that should have prevented turrets from firing upon each other is said to have failed, causing the deaths of 8 men. Visitors to the USS Alabama have reported hearing footsteps, apparitions spotted in officers' corners and in the cook's galley. Those on board late at night have described hearing popping and tapping noises on the bulkheads and solid steel hatches slam shut on their own. Visitors say that they often feel as though they're being watched, and women in particular feel uneasy, with one lady saying that she had her earrings tugged out as she passed the sleeping quarters.
Ooh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want a return trip to that. No.
Yeah. Fort Gaines, Fort Conde, is that right?
Yeah.
I was really struggling with whatever that city name was last night.
Iberville. You got it right the last time.
I thought it was Iberville.
That's a goofball spelling for that name.
It was named after the explorer who discovered it.
Goofball activities.
So yes, it's Gulfport, Biloxi, and Iberville.
Well,
Diaperville?
Diaperville, yes. It's spelled like the Beerville.
It's D'_Iberville. Iberville.
Iberville.
Mm-hmm.
And
the D is lowercase.
Well, I'm thinking about keeping that going at least there's so many UFO stories on there. Like I'm probably going to keep that going for a few more weeks.
I liked it until you cast shade on my cheese sandwich. We talked about that at the end of the last segment.
Did you not hear what I said though?
Yeah, the cheese won't melt at the same pace. Talking to me like I ain't never made the damn.
It's true. Does it melt at the same pace?
No, dude, but it's a grilled cheese Sammy.
Do you want you got a molten hot piece of cheese, a semi-melted piece of cheese, and then a cold one?
It's completely not what you think it is. You gotta try it. They blend. It's delicious.
Oh, Crystal, it's okay. It was just a pilot anyway. I'm trying to get everything figured out. For whatever reason, sound was kind of messed up a little bit. It
was good. I like it.
I'm just playing around. Like it's a pet project, and we're just going to talk about whatever. I thought about at some point. I think I'm just going to pull up Reddit and we're going to read like that "Am I an asshole?" thread.
The first thread's going to say, "I gave my buddy a really good cheese sandwich." I did.
The main thing, though, like what I really want that to get to is people submitting so many stories and recipes that's what the whole hour is just reading people's submitted stories and stuff.
There you go. Amy, back on her is she is constantly sending me recipes and stuff. You need to listen to Tully's new show because that would be a perfect spot for you to upload some recipes.
Yeah, Landa, I want to get into like some juicy stuff. Like we'll get into, I don't know. We'll just get into whatever.
So, I'm sorry.
But yeah, Cosmic Crumbs. Cosmic with a 0 instead of an O.
For the link tree.
Yeah.
That's how I found it on YouTube too, by the way.
It don't have a 0, and I don't think it has a 0.
That's how I found it though. I went to check it last night.
I can put the link for you, Amy. And it will take you straight to where you can submit recipes.
Huh? That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be real cool.
And I have eaten her food before. She's a pretty damn good cook.
Yeah.
So one place, and I recently discovered it. As a matter of fact, last time I was over there, and I forget why I was over there. I think I was going to pick Mo up, maybe. Africa Town is just north of Mobile. And it is a historic community founded in 1866 by West Africans who were brought to the U.S. on the Clotilda, the last known illegal slave ship sent to this country. So, following the Civil War, survivors established a self-governing community to maintain their culture, and it remains inhabited by their descendants today. There were 32 survivors of the 110 people who were smuggled in. They purchased the land from their former captors to develop the community. And in 2012, it was designated on the National Register of Historic Places. The ship was actually burned and sunk in 1860 to hide the fact that they had, escaped and were purchasing the land and everything. But they actually discovered the wreck in 2019 in Mobile Bay. So, I mean, it's got a museum and stuff like that. You know, it's a really cool little place.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of a dark history, but
yeah, absolutely. You know, but and that's I think what got my attention about it was just what they had, you know, what they had established there in spite of that history and everything. So it's really cool.
oh, geez, I've got a Civil War one.
Okay.
Or Civil War parallel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's called the Sweetwater Mansion, and it's in Florence, Alabama. It was designed by war veteran General John Brahan, who owned 4,000 acres of land in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
It was named after the nearby creek and was first occupied by the general's son-in-law, Robert Patton. Over the years, the mansion's basement had served as the Civil War hospital and as a county jail. There are also rumors at one time someone who lived there used one of the upper rooms to practice the dark arts. As you might expect, based on some of the history, it's supposed to be one of the most haunted places in Alabama. Tons of paranormal activity, apparitions. Caretakers claim to have seen a casket containing the body of a Confederate soldier that shows up.
Nice.
Now, how creepy would that be? Like to go downstairs and you just see a casket in your basement.
Yeah, that would be. It'd be time to sell.
But this says that it would make a great deal of sense because General Patton's funeral was held in the home, and his body would have been laid out in its coffin for viewing.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a room in the property where female visitors are regularly locked inside.
Really?
Yeah. A former caretaker, Miss Emmett Letty, was so scared after being locked inside that she lived in just 2 rooms for the rest of the time that she worked there because she was afraid she'd get locked in one of the other rooms. And there's apparently a mysterious secret room. It's a small room with no door and can only be accessed via a small interior window, which was suggested. I guess it's been suggested that 2 sons of a former owner were buried under the floor of the secret room.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. So that's a crazy one.
Yeah. What's the history on that? That 2 sons of the former owner would be buried underneath the room.
Yeah, I have no idea. I guess the dude that built it was a general, and his son-in-law was a general.
Keeping them close.
I wonder if that General Patton was related to downstream General Pattons.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it really makes you wonder. You know, that's how it was for Douglas MacArthur. His grandfather, Arthur MacArthur, fought in the Civil War.
So, and you said that was Sweetwater Mansion?
Sweetwater Mansion, yeah.
Yeah. There's also the report of the same woman dressed in a long dress, like the classic long dress lady on the staircase, standing silently in the doorways and all that good stuff. So they got all kinds of cool stuff there. I like to go there.
Where's Florence, Alabama?
It's near Muscle Shoals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I feel like everything in Alabama is close to Muscle Shoals.
Yeah.
Every time Muscle Shoals comes up a lot.
When Tully don't wear his shirt, his muscle shows.
Nice. What was you sent me that shirt that one time with it had a picture of Jesus and it said "Hallowed be thy gains" on the shirt.
Okay, so Muscle Shoals is way up north. It's like not far from the Tennessee line.
Right.
And they have the Swampers.
Yeah. Yeah, the Swampers. That was the Alabama's version of the Wrecking Crew. If you were familiar with them, the guys in Los Angeles, recorded all the, they were the actual band that was actually played on all the records that came out in the 60s and 70s and stuff. You know,
Okay.
they developed the sound for all of them. That's who the Swampers were, you know. And you
Yes.
had people like the Rolling Stones and Bob Seger, Staple Brothers, Aretha Franklin, Paul Simon, Leonard Skinner, Joe Cocker, and Bob Dylan all recorded there.
Yep.
So it was a really famous place at one time. It was a hot spot. Kind of like Memphis was at once upon a time.
The Super Swampers.
Yep.
So there is a building in Montgomery. And you went through Montgomery, didn't you? Cecil?
I think so. Maybe
So
Birmingham.
it's the Steiner Loebman building. And it's got a unique thing. On the top of it, it has three things. It has an anvil, a goddess, and a sarcophagus.
Ooh.
It was built 137 years ago in 1891, and they aren't really 100% sure why it's up there or why they use that particular shape. They think it was made to cover up a water tower, but nobody knows why they shaped it like a coffin. And nobody's ever verified one way or another if there's a body or not.
There needs to be.
How do you drop the little man on Google Maps?
I don't have a clue.
Like this.
I'm trying to.
Well, did you ever watch the movie Sweet Home Alabama?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Had what's her name? Crap. Reese Witherspoon played in it. And she's like a designer in New York City, and the mayor's son proposes, and she has to go home and get divorced from her ex-husband before she can marry him. And it's a really cute show. I mean, it is a chick flick, there's no question, but it's one of the few chick flicks that I'll watch. But there's one scene where she goes to see her dog that has died at the Coondog Cemetery. Well, while it's not in that area of the state, it actually does exist in Alabama. It's the Coondog Cemetery, and you are only allowed to bury your dog there if it is a coondog. It was established in 1937. Key Underwood created it to bury his coondog. The dog's name was Troop.
Oh.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Yep. And hey, it's not far from Muscle Shoals.
I swear to God, all of Alabama. All
Say
of
it.
Alabama.
Off of Coondog Cemetery Road.
So
shoot.
I took an excursion earlier, and I wanted to share this building that I witnessed. I had to do a double take because I'm like, that looks like an old world building.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, for sure.
And then down the street, let's see if we can
Down
down
on Main Street.
look at this building coming up on the left. Keep in mind, this is Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Look at that thing.
Ooh.
This doesn't even do it justice. Like it looks completely out of place. And this place down here looks way out of place. Like this architecture is nothing like anything else that I passed.
Right.
It almost looks like the Parthenon in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they built that in 12 hours with a spoon and a fork.
Yeah. And you look how like
2 mules.
their downtown is just these few little towers. and it ain't nothing. Like there's like one building that looks old world, but then this is the interstate goes through here, and you look over and there's just like this Roman building sitting off to the left.
I feel like I've seen that.
It's wild.
Yeah. We go by Dayton a lot when we journey up toward Michigan on our adventures.
There ain't nothing in Dayton.
No. Was your journey fruitful?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was good.
I'll give you $20 for it.
No.
Hey, I have a question for Amy since you're still on here. What are some foods that you consider Alabama foods besides Conecuh sausage? I'm curious because we haven't done a state in a while and we always talk about food at the end. Let's see. Let's see. Alabama white sauce. We had the dude on there. Remember? Steven's friend.
Yes,
About had a meltdown over Alabama white barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Spencer absolutely does not consider Alabama white sauce barbecue sauce.
I tried an Alabama white sauce. I normally don't like it, but I tried one that I do like. It's at a barbecue joint that's close to here, and it's a spicy buffalo. It's like a hot Alabama white sauce, and it was really good.
Huh. The only thing, and I think that maybe that's why I don't consider Alabama white a barbecue sauce at all.
It's supposed to be, but I agree.
Dipping sauce.
It's almost like ranch. It's got the same base ingredients as a ranch without the herbs.
Exactly. And the only thing I really like it on, and I'm not a big dipper anyway, is chicken. Chicken, I think works well with the white sauce.
Well, that's what I had that I liked it with. It was a hot Alabama white sauce, and I was dipping wings in it.
Okay.
And I was going from the white sauce to, I think, ranch, because it has very similar properties. Alabama is big on watermelons.
Cool.
I didn't know that.
Dreamland Barbecue, world famous barbecue ribs. Where is that? They ship nationwide. Well.
Oh my God. Have you seen that dude in Texas? Les Barbecue. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
So this dude, I started following him way early on. He was cooking in his backyard, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. He had an offset in his backyard, and his claim to fame was he was doing oxtails. And he got really good at it. Like they were coming out like candy red, like super good looking smoke. And he ended up renting a place and bought this big carousel. It's almost like a convection oven that also smokes intermittently. And he's doing like 200, 300, 400 oxtails a day. And it comes out that he's shipping.
Ooh.
Well, to get 2 oxtails, which is a cheap cut. It's a cheap cut of meat. To get 2 oxtails was like over $100 shipped. And people are like, what are you doing, man? And he's like, this is premium stuff. This is premium. You're not going to get this anywhere else. And he's become famous for the wrong reasons now, which is jacking up the prices on all of his stuff. And it came out that he might be using, this is going to sound bizarre, but I'll explain it in a second, that he might be using kangaroo quarters instead of oxtail because they have such long tails. You can get a lot more of the softballs that are oxtails from a kangaroo tail than you can a cow or an ox. So, and kangaroo's way cheaper than beef.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Huh.
And apparently you can't tell the difference.
Well, hell, I guess next time we have a barbecue, huh?
There's only certain kinds of kangaroo that are meat kangaroos. It's it may be like the black kangaroo or whatever, or red kangaroo that you can't hunt. But there's some of them. People have farms for meat, just like cows in Australia.
You know, it's really weird because I never thought about that. You know, I mean, okay, there's the stereotypical they eat dogs in China, and they may, I don't know, but you grew up in a culture where we eat pork, we eat beef. You know, there are certain things that we eat. Mm-hmm. It never crossed my mind until back several years ago. I was working with a girl that does primate conservation, that monkeys are a bushmeat in other countries. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, who would do that? And I'm like, okay, there are people who think that I'm crazy for raising meat rabbits because
in South America, you have to be indigenous. Mm-hmm. But there was a dude that back when Voss was still a documentary company and not a political company, they did a documentary of a dude who walked from tip to tip of South America, walked.
Yeah.
And one of his nights, he stayed with an indigenous community and they fed him monkey. And he was allowed to eat it because it was the indigenous people that cooked it.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was just like anything else. It was kind of a combination between like a chicken and rabbit or something.
Right. And like I said, you know, I mean, you don't think about it. The fact that, like I said, you know, there are other countries, they have their own wildlife. So it makes sense that they're not eating the same things that we grew up eating, but it just throws you the first time somebody says, oh yeah, they're eating this. And you're like, ooh, why would you eat that? That's so horrible. And then you're like, okay, let me think of all the things I've eaten. They probably would think the same thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I know somebody who's tried the monkeys from South America. So they're, I don't know, what are they? They're not real big. He said they'll just walk right up to you. He said, all you got to do is just hit them in the head with something.
I saw hammer whack.
Yeah, he said they're actually pretty good. So
I think that if you took somebody from one of those indigenous communities and brought them to eat like a bag of hot Cheetos, all they would taste is just the chemicals.
Yes.
Probably so.
Absolutely.
Like there's times that we bought sauces and stuff from the store that it just tastes like straight up chemicals. It doesn't taste like anything what the label says it's supposed to taste like.
I think something with that, when you had COVID at any of the times, did you lose your taste?
Once, yeah.
I think after you lost your taste from COVID, it's heightened some kind of taste bud or something, because we quit buying a lot of stuff because it just tastes like straight chemicals, like creamers and.
Well, yeah, because if you look on the label, the first ingredient's like vegetable oil or like any of your like mass-produced creamers, the first ingredient's vegetable oil.
Yeah, we quit buying a lot of stuff like that since we lost our taste and got it back, because everything you can taste it now. It's weird. It's strange.
Yeah, that's people give me hell about. I'm very particular about sweeteners. And it's because I can, like say, I can taste it, you know, and it doesn't matter. There's only two that I have found that don't just taste horrible. And they're both, like the one that I use specifically, xylitol, comes from a birch tree, you know, so I don't know if that's the reason that I can tolerate that taste, because it's a more natural taste.
I'm gonna have to get an allergy test, because I think that I'm allergic to a lot of dyes now for some reason.
So it's
I bought my favorite Faygo Red Pop.
Yeah,
I love it, and I haven't bought it in years. I don't know.
Was it? Tell me, weren't you talking about? Was it Red Dye number 40 or something there a couple of years ago? Was that
Red 40 makes you angry?
Yeah, okay.
It's known to cause a lot of irritability in children.
See, I can't anything with with red dye gives me a migraine immediately.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I've woke up the last 2 days since we bought it, and I drank like a can each day, and felt like somebody hit me with a freaking dump truck. Even though my back's out, it's like different. And I
gotta get the
migraine.
You got to get the moon mist, dude.
I get the twist. Twist.
The moon mist was the only way to go with Faygo.
Moon mist is good too.
Whoop whoop.
I can't drink anything. I don't think that has. I think it all has to be pretty much clear now.
Okay, I'm blaming Amy for the fact that now I'm craving rendezvous from Memphis. So, I want rendezvous ribs. But yeah, like I said, Cecil, like I said, it's given me migraine since I was in my teens. And
real bummer is I got some Faygo orange too.
Something that broke my heart recently, and maybe this is related to the smell thing that you were talking about, the taste and smell. So I typically eat low carb tortillas whenever I get them. I like that, not because they're low carb. I like the texture.
Yeah, I just like them better.
I think they're softer.
Yeah.
And here recently, they have a smell to them.
Yeah.
And like it's a different smell than your regular flour tortillas. And I've gotten to where I can't eat them anymore because of the smell. Like if you smell the tortillas, they just smell funny. Like chemicals or something.
Yeah.
But there's quite a few foods like that. Yeah.
Do you think that they just ramped it up to where they're dumping more shit into it?
Yes. They continuously cut costs, and it's breaking my heart. Every company that pops up that's like a good company, like there's a cottage cheese and sour cream company here called Good Culture. And even though it's a little bit more expensive, we buy all their stuff, and they just sold out to private equity. Rouse, if you remember, Rouse was a good sauce company. They sold out to private equity. It's almost inevitable. If you're a small business owner, if you do any sort of success, you're going to have equity knocking at your door being like, we'll give you, $5 million over valuation for your company.
It'll give you enough to retire right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing is, I can't hate anybody for doing it.
Yep, we'll retire this show for $5 million. You just give us a call.
Exactly. Like if somebody offered me enough money to quit something, I'd be like, okay.
Give us a call. We'll entertain. We'll have a bidding war.
We should ask Netflix if they want us on there, because now they've released a bunch of podcasts on Netflix. Last podcast on the left is on Netflix now.
Don't trust it.
Last podcast on the left is one of the only ones I listen to. That one, Tinfoil Hat, Broken Simulation, and Conspiracy Socials Club. All three with Sam Tripoli, by the way. And,
we will sell out to you, and we will talk about whatever you want us to.
Yes, we would.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You just let us know. $7,000 an episode. We'll talk about whatever you want us to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah,
and we'll have an episode every night.
Oh yeah.
Yes, absolutely. $1,000 a day. Hell yeah. We can do that.
No, $7,000 an episode every day is what we'll do.
Yeah.
We're splitting that 7,000, or is that 7,000 a piece?
We'll split it. If we do it every day, we'll still be making a lot of money.
Yes. Yeah. I was just getting on the right page so I can start planning.
That'd be like 30 plus grand a month each. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was hoping to make on my OnlyFans, but nobody ever subscribed besides Tolly.
Just trying to support my buddy.
I get that $5 a month at least.
It came out that that OnlyFans a lot of the, like, apparently it ain't as hype as what people make it up to be. I guess a lot of people get bots, like they pay for bots to make it look like they have a huge following, so that when you go there, you're like, oh, there must be something great here, and pay the subscription.
Now there is a girl that lives in London, Kentucky. I'm not going to drop her name. She with OnlyFans. She made enough money to move out. And now she owns like a house in Cincinnati, one in Florida. Like she made bank.
There you go. A success story.
Success story.
Back when I was being more proactive with that kind of stuff, and looking
with OnlyFans.
No. Let me finish talking.
That's an odd thing to say right after Cecil said that.
It's discussing the same subject as paying for bots. I used to get emails all the time for weird and stuff for hey, you can buy followers. Yeah. For $20, we'll give you 1,000 followers or whatever.
We get that on here in spam if you look at it. Let's see.
We do get that on Kick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, Landa's interested.
Okay, did you watch the last season of Black Mirror?
Yeah.
The dude with the mask. I keep mine undercover and disguise my voice. So
yeah. That was a very weird one. Mm-hmm. That was a weird episode.
When you got to make money, when you're desperate for it.
And I could see that happening, oh, well, we can fix your brain, but then you have to buy this package to get rid of the commercials.
Yeah.
Totally see it.
Listen, I today almost raged out. I've gotten to where like I really despise the screens at the gas pump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, they just figured out one more place to advertise to people. And I just felt like ripping it off the thing. Like it's just yapping and yapping and yapping, and I'm cold and freezing to death.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't even know what the advertisement was, but I was like, could I like physically rip this thing off? I'm like weighing it in my head.
Answer is no, but you can punch it.
I miss the old how, Amy. Is there a magic sequence? Because I'm sitting there and it's yapping and I'm freezing to death. The wind cutting me in half. And I'm like, I miss the old days where you could just take this experience to the dome and not have to listen to advertisements while you're doing
it. Okay. Yep. We've started a GoFundMe. Tully's in jail because he snatched the damn display off of his gas tank. Second or third button on the right. I wonder if it's different for different service stations. Like
this one doesn't have any buttons around it. It's a big screen. It's at a speedway. It's a big screen. You got the screen and then a keypad like for debit cards.
Oh, Morgana must have not liked that conversation.
There she is. She's back.
I thought you hated that conversation.
No. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with an Apple mouse. It actually, you can take your fingertips and make it where you can just slide your fingers across it. You don't have to actually move the mouse. And as I was talking, I gestured and I swiped backwards and it took me completely out of the room.
No buttons next to that one, Amy.
Yeah, I don't know about this right here. Cecil, why I'm on top? I feel out of place.
Oh, okay. I'll move you.
Now I've been to ones with buttons around it. I'll have to try that the next time. I'll just start pushing buttons.
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah.
This one, the screen was very large, which is why I was thinking about ripping it off because it looked very rippable.
One of those.
It wasn't embedded into the metal. It actually had a lip to it.
Oh no, that black screen thing is weird. What people do for money. I don't know. Like if you had to if you had to
So you
Is this a free preview?
I was going to try to bail you out on that till I saw the trucks there in the parking lot.
First hit's free.
There's no bailing you out on that one. So
it's funny to me.
Kelly, I just sent you a link in the private chat.
It's funny to me that you can make that stuff, but you can't like look up anything to do with like
Politicians
or politicians.
It's deleting Epstein, but not
right.
There's not a button. Is it? This is saying there's buttons on the side of the lip.
Yep.
I'll have to see.
Yeah.
Because it's also loud, like very loud.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one is from a couple of years ago.
Because these are a lot larger than your everyday gas pump screens.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't like them either. And the new gas station down the road that has Popeyes and Firehouse attached to it, and it's a Little Caesar Express coming up in the world. They have big old screens on their gas pumps. I don't like them either. Nothing.
Kind of like that button last night to get the
Hey, the button's got to be called something inherently. Press here for click for image.
Instead, recipe image with a checkbox.
Why wouldn't it have been pre-checked?
I don't know, because I often ask that too when I'm saving a recipe, because if I can't have an image with it, I'm not saving it.
Yeah.
Because it's usually the image is what catches my interest to begin with.
Which you guys are going to have to give me until I'm going to have to mess with the HTML on that and get it to where you can attach some stuff.
Yeah, you're good. I know
It'll
your
probably
email
be
address.
Probably be Sunday, Monday, but the form will have attachment capabilities at some point.
Sure.
Because you get upset without an image.
No, I'm really stoked about Cosmic Crumbs. It was a really good first pilot episode. It's got a good feel. I'm excited to see where it's going to evolve to.
Amy, you got to join the show that I'm having, because I would love, or at least submit the recipes. Even if you don't join, submit a recipe on making a dry roux in the air fryer. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
Roux is one of those things I cheat at, because roux goes from perfect to trash in that quick. They make some pretty okay ones, that you can buy.
I have this recipe for for some kind of herb butter that I make that I'm going to send you, Tully.
That's fine too. Well, I said it last night. I plan on talking about plants too. Like if I was able to play videos, there's a variant of a honeysuckle that produces berries.
Ooh.
And I've got that locked and loaded if I can get audio to work. So
nice.
We'll do that. We'll do that next week too.
Cool, because I'm a honeysuckle fanatic. I love those things. Have you ever made ossobuco?
Oh no.
It's when you were talking about the oxtails, it made me think about it. It's generally made with like either beef or veal shanks, but you can't always find those. So oxtail is a substitute, and so are short ribs. And it's basically like a braised meat. You brown it real good, and you throw thyme and rosemary and carrots and stuff, and then you let it cook slow for several hours, and it is so good. I've never made it before, but I've had it before, and so I've been looking at recipes for that.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. Store-bought roux is, that's my savior because, and I can make roux. It's just really, like I said, it's easy to go from really good to you just burn it and need to start over.
Yeah, it's something you can't walk away from. So.
Nope. And I've heard of people doing it in the oven. This is the first time I'd heard of it being in the air fryer. So I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I will say this about the air fryer though. I mean, the air fryer is really good, for say if you have leftover pizza or if you got ribs or something like that and you want to heat them up. The air fryer makes it so much better than the microwave to me.
Fried foods.
I've got one trick that I can share with the air fryer that saves a lot of time. If you want roasted garlic,
preheat it.
Well, you preheat it. But if you're short on time and need roasted garlic, take a garlic clove or garlic head. I usually do. I don't need the whole head of garlic, so I usually do like 4 or 5 cloves. Put them in a little tinfoil pocket and put a little olive oil in there and crumple it up and throw it in the air fryer. Make sure it's crumpled up well enough to where the oil can't get out or you're going to have your smoke alarms going off. But throw it in there and put it on 10 minutes at max. And you will have roasted garlic that you can mix into compound butters or, sauces, whatever you want to do with it.
I'm pretty good at operating all like technical things like pushing buttons and things and working out how things work. Mandy,
are you?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I actually am. But Mandy bought this air fryer that I do not know how to work. Like it's like it looks like the console of a spaceship. Like I didn't even know she bought it. Well, I bought it, but she ordered it. I looked out the doors. I got a package, and this thing came in a package like as big as this table. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it was some kind of insane 20-in-1 air fryer.
Is it a Ninja?
Yeah. And the same thing with the washer dryer. We had to get a new washer and dryer, and it's got push buttons on it, and I don't know how to work it.
My entire oven, when we replaced it a couple of years ago, is an air fryer. I mean, you can use it as a conventional oven, or there's an air fryer button. You set your temperature, and the entire oven is an air fryer. I love it.
I don't get this thing. It don't make sense to me.
You'll figure it out. I have faith.
Oh no! I went to make some French fries the other day and got pissed off and just threw them in the garbage.
Same, Linda. I'm a gadget person.
I've got a picture of said air fryer.
That's not it. We had one of those.
It's a complicated dial, y'all.
We did have one of those. I used it all the time. I loved it. But apparently it wasn't big enough. So.
Yeah. We gave ours away when we got the oven, and I regret, because sometimes you just want one that size.
Yeah. I think it's the power button throwing you off. Like you gotta turn it, and then hit the power button first, and then set it to how many minutes you want it to run for.
Like this thing has settings on like how well done you want your steak if you cook it in there. Like it's nuts. It's weird.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That's with steaks. That's I cooked steaks on the pellet grill this evening.
Yeah.
They came out really good. So
I pushed the damn button. It lit up, and then I was like, "Which one of these other buttons up?"
I like steaks on the pellet grill, but that's when I would do a reverse sear. Like I would let them get like sort of up to temp on the pellet and then do like a full blown sear at the end. Or I guess that would be just a sear, not a reverse sear.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the way I did these with the pellet grill that I have, it's the pot is dead center in the pit. So I just put the steaks on each side of that pot, and yeah, I mean it charred the fat, the whole deal. So they were
nice.
They were really good. So, and it never did really get up to temp. You know, I was wanted to get it a little bit higher, but it didn't quite make it. But it still cooked them anyway.
That's the only grill on the planet that I'll say you really get what you pay for, because the expensive ones have double walled insulation like a Yeti cup,
right? And
you can't beat them. But as far as like gas grills and stuff like that, I would say just get, you know, your cheapo is great as the $2,000 one.
Yeah, Mo won't use a gas grill. It's weird.
Well,
it's like charcoal.
I like charcoal too, but I'm also not going to spend $12 in charcoal to cook one little pack of chicken thighs for a meal.
Well, we have a small and the full size Komodos.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can reuse that lump charcoal 4 or 5 times and everything. So that's, I don't know, you know, pretty much what we use.
I think I always use lump charcoal wrong or something. It seems like mine always disappeared way too fast, but I didn't have the type of cooker that you're talking about though. I had a cheap one from Academy that I was using it in, which I mean, it gets hot.
At some point, I think Hadley's still planning an all crew get together. I think they got pushed to next year or the year after though.
It's actually, unless it changes, like November of this year.
Got you.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy, Holly. I was looking up this air fryer to prove you wrong. And how much I paid for this fucking thing.
Yeah, you didn't want to do that.
She got it on layaway, dude. It's cool.
Oh my god.
I love charcoal too. And don't get me wrong, I've totally spent $10 to cook a $5 pack of chicken. But you know, I've got the Blackstone now, and I wish I did have a little gas grill because it's so much easier. Just like if you just want to cook something up quick, and they make smoke and charcoal boxes for gas. So, you know, you can get that kind of flavor quick and not have to spend the $10 on charcoal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could buy a new bass amp.
Just stop thinking about it.
Everybody needs their own gadgets and gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is a true statement.
I did buy a new bass amp, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my God.
What we gonna do with y'all?
We could have bought a damn oven. Like a stove.
With the air fryer setting. The new ovens do have air fryers in them.
Uh-huh. That's right. Like I said, I love mine. Like I said, I wish I'd have kept the countertop one just for like reheating something so I don't have to turn on the whole oven. But we even have the kids, when they're here, they'll go in there and throw chicken nuggets and fries in there, and it's, you know, crispy, and you don't use up all that oil and stuff, and it's awesome.
So the winter storm wiped out the grocery store.
Oh yeah.
And I was looking for some air fryer grilled chicken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the only bag in there said for grilled chicken, said that it was not braised, but blanched in vegetable oil.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is that necessary for grilled chicken?
Yeah.
Like, just So I just bought a pack of chicken and
Yeah.
did it up.
Yeah.
But
I'm so done buying like all this shit that is killing me, man. But the thing is, it's hard to get good meat anywhere anymore. Like it's all processed too, like pumped full of shit.
Well, I saw something. I think I might have saved it. So the lab grown stuff, they're calling it something different now and putting it like very small on the label. I'll have to see. Let me see if I can figure out what that's called.
I'm gonna start hunting again, and I'm just gonna start killing deer, and we're just gonna eat nothing but deer.
I tell you what, let's make a deal. You start hunting and shooting deer, and you send me meat, and I'll send you rabbit.
Yeah, let's do it.
Was that the Mennonites, Crystal?
Nah, CMP. Yeah, we went to CMP. It's pretty good meat. It's a butcher up here.
So
in Richmond that does a good job too.
I think what I'm thinking of, if you see this on your meat packets, don't get it. But I think they're calling it either cell cultured or cell cultivated. And it's going to be like, you know how on your regular food, when you pick up a packet and now it says bioengineered ingredients below the ingredients list.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would have to look at the ingredients list to know if there's any lab grown, like cell cultured meat in your meat that you're getting from big box.
Mm-hmm.
When are they just going to start calling it the HeLa cells? Like made with HeLa cells.
Yeah. And then when that don't turn out, it's going to be like the fourth word that they've chosen for bugs to add into.
Right. Ugh. Look, Landa sent me a video the other day, guys, and this one pissed me off. So just be aware and maybe pay attention. This guy was going to different Walmarts, and like he was getting hams, the hams that are pre-sliced that you get in there.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah. Somebody else was talking about this.
Yeah. I mean, he's picking it up and it's like, okay, this is a 4-pound ham, $20 something. He takes all these to the vegetable, weigh, the weigh thing, the scales. Every one of them were doubled what they actually were.
You know why that is? It's cheaper for a store like that to pay lawsuits than the amount of money they're going to make for people who don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when that company paid for all the OxyContin deaths. Mm-hmm. They made like $18 billion and they paid a $3 billion lawsuit.
Right.
Yeah. So if they mislabel stuff, they're making so much more money that it'll pay for the lawsuits and more.
Well, see, and that's my problem with it is I hate grocery shopping. I hate grocery shopping with a passion. So I like doing the pickup or having it delivered. Well, now I feel obligated to go to the store so I can weigh my damn meat.
Yeah, I'm a boomer when it comes to that kind of stuff. I have to go take it. I've got to go myself.
Well, now I'm like that with I'm not going to order a steak, like that. But, ground meat, bacon, stuff like that, I'll order, through pickup. But, well, Amy, that's the reason I hate shopping, because I hate people.
Or I could start right here because I know what this has made his whole life.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I knew a Marine one time who was in a foreign country and he'd already had his meal, and then he found out what he actually ate, and it almost got to the point where he thought the MPs were fixing to come get him and put him up for a while.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
So yeah, the closest Whole Foods to me is an hour and a half away, Landa.
Yeah. Was that? Yeah, I knew I sent you a link to one down there in Mississippi. I didn't know how far away it was from you. But.
Well, I think Aldi's stuff is pretty honest.
Yeah, Aldi's.
Mm-hmm.
Aldi's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want it to be that.
It is Aldi's. Aldi's frozen foods real good. Their eggs are good at Aldi's. Aldi's milk's good. Aldi's nuts are delicious.
You just saved that up, didn't you?
Well, you knew it was coming.
I did.
No, in all seriousness, Aldi's is good. Like all their brand stuff's good, but I haven't read the labels either. Like I need to start reading the labels because it's cheaper and it tastes as good as the other stuff, but the other stuff is packed full of crap. You know,
stay away from the nuts. Yes.
Well, I actually priced buying a side of beef the other day. A quarter of beef is almost $2,000 right now.
Wow.
Yep.
Here you go. Here's an interesting tidbit. Guess how much the price of an ounce of gold is?
Oh, it dropped.
Yep, it did drop.
Did it drop? How much below 5,000 did it drop then?
It's not below 5,000 now, but it had a significant drop today. It's 6,000 now, but silver dropped 14% today.
Really, from 104 down to
whatever,
80 something. Okay, so with in the early 1900s, $20 would buy you a cow.
Yeah,
and that's
pre-COVID.
That's what an ounce of gold was. It was $20 in the 1900s. It would buy a cow. Now an ounce of gold is around $5,000, and that's what it cost you to buy a cow now.
Yes.
So I don't think I put this in the news, but the Fed chairman dude.
You talking about
the new one or the one?
The new one.
I think it was the Powell guy.
Okay.
I saw a video where people were asking him about the recent surge in gold and silver, and he just ignores it. He's like, "There's nothing to worry about." And because they're like, does this pose a threat to the dollar? And he's like, well, I'm not concerned with the price of gold or silver. And I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about? Like these are obvious, like, I don't know, I don't want to sound dumb, but it's the death throes of something. The fact that these gold and silver prices are so high.
I mean, let's take a quick look. Hang on a second.
Everything's up like what 200-400% in the last 5 years, 6 years now.
This is the trend from last year on the US dollar.
So now, all right. We were wondering how we're going to get out of all that debt that we've got, and a weak dollar is how you get out of it because it makes American products cheaper to other countries.
Well, it's been a long time since the last mandatory gold buyback, but it would not surprise me if they did mandatory gold and silver buybacks with a 20-year moratorium on being able to sell your personal gold and silver.
I will bury that shit in the ground with me before I let these assholes have it.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't recommend giving it away, but I'm saying the last time they did this, it was like 20 years before people could sell it.
Yep. I remember too, because used to you couldn't get certain coins from other countries. Like they had the panda coins in China that you could not buy outside of China. They had Krugerrands in South Africa and stuff. Well, we knew somebody who knew how to get that stuff. Those are things I wish I'd have kept.
God, if you'd have kept the Krugerrands, them would be worth a fortune right now.
I had one at one point, like I said, and I didn't wear it. So somebody else wanted it. And to be fair, at that time, I did not realize how hard they were to get because they weren't hard for me to get. And I wish I'd have kept it.
Well, one Krugerrand would be $5,000 right now.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Because a Krugerrand was an ounce. Or they are an ounce. Yeah.
But like I said, I had one on a chain.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I believe unless something has changed, the U.S. Mint every year, you know, they always put out proof sets and American Eagle silver bullion coins and things like that. And they're not even selling silver coins at this time from the U.S. Mint because the market.
I was telling Rachel my ambitions of having a bunch of gold chains have just been destroyed over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Mr. T can make a fortune now, I guarantee that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at a situation where the dollar has dropped. I couldn't even imagine. It's got to be in the high 90s since 1913, early 1900s.
You ain't got to extrapolate it that far. Since 2013, your buying power on a dollar has probably went down 50%.
That's nuts.
All right. And all of this began in 1973.
Yeah.
Or 1922.
Yeah. Well, 1922, yeah, but in 1973, that's when America was taken off of the gold standard.
Yeah, petrodollar.
And since then, inflation has just continued to go up, although they're not even calling it inflation anymore.
Every president has been lobbied. Every politician has been lobbied. And it has grown a cancer in the world, not just the United States. There's no escape. People talk about moving to other countries and stuff.
Doesn't matter.
This ain't a perfect country, but it's far away from the worst that are on the Fed.
Right. Yeah. And part of what was going on, you know, and the thing that took place there a while back in Venezuela, to me, my honest opinion on it right there was to welcome the countries who were promoting the BRICS financial system back to the American dollar.
Venezuela was one of the only countries not on the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Libya was.
Iran.
Iran's the only one left.
You know what? Iran is like almost double the size of Iraq. And think about how that all went. Like it's not going to be a 20-year war. This is going to be like a 40-year war. And infinite money to Lockheed Martin.
Is this true? There are no countries that are not on the Federal Reserve.
That's not true. Iran certainly isn't. I don't think Russia is either, or China. Syria might be, and Egypt might be since Gaddafi got killed, but let me see.
If that's real, that's new.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah, that fits into prophecy.
You know, if that's true, that is the foundation of what we would have known as the New World Order.
Okay, the countries, there are 7 remaining countries: Abkhazia, Cuba, Iran, Sudan, North Korea, Russia, Bolivia, Syria, and Vatican City.
Yeah, I was going to say if Russia's on it, then what the hell?
No, Russia's been pushing hard against.
Yeah.
So taking a knee.
Cuba, North Korea, Sudan. Did you say
Sudan? Yeah.
Sudan.
Who else? Iran.
And in the last week, we've been talking about bombing 2 of these places.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Bolivia, Syria, and Vatican City. Vatican City, I would say, is probably going to be one of the few that's safe to a degree.
Hey, I'll lead the charge on Vatican City.
I just want to be there to help you sort through the stuff.
Put me on the front lines for that one.
Vatican City is just too powerful to penetrate.
Exactly. I think they're the safest of that bunch right there.
They'll never be one. They'll never be, because, I mean, they're already tied in to everything. It don't matter. Oh, how's Japan looking right now? Should we move to Japan?
There's just nowhere to go, Landa. I mean, we could go to Antarctica. It's illegal.
No, we can't go to Antarctica.
I think we should find us one of those little islands and not let anybody else in. Just, have them like drop off a package for us once a month of necessities.
Well, isn't Costa Rica still one of those, or is it been taken over now?
They offer money now. If you can bring $100,000 in assets, they'll give you like a house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Costa Rica's pay to play for sure.
Yeah. I just don't know, man. Like, I love where I live.
The Penguin Empire.
I love the vast variety of different, peoples, religions, and things like that. And for the most part, your common person is sensible and can have a good conversation with, but it's getting rough.
I'll tell you, if there were a place I were going in this world that weren't here, it would be, Denmark, Finland, that area.
Ireland, deal with the IRA.
Everywhere.
I think I'll take my chances in Hungary. I don't know.
Different places sound cool until
you're there.
Until you post the wrong thing on Facebook and get put in handcuffs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Iceland. That I could do Iceland.
I'm thinking Greenland.
Yeah, let's just get ahead of it and go take it for ourselves.
Oh man,
Lord,
I'll make a deal.
I mean, that is the North Pole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, dude.
When Cecil gets we'll reclaim it with Cecil's white beard.
Let me lose a couple pounds.
Yeah, New Zealand is people have New Zealand used to be one of those places where you did have some freedom. But I'm not sure about it now. In the past 5 or 6 years, I'm not sure if that's really the case anymore or not.
I got an idea.
There ain't no running. I'll tell you.
Let's get some big old boats and go to that new country and set anchor and claim it.
Because anywhere you go, like
that new continent,
you look at anywhere that they don't have reach, they're all destabilized right now.
Yeah.
All of them. And honestly, the leaders of those destabilized places are probably connected to the CIA. So there's just as much likelihood of that as anything else. Yeah. So unfortunately, we're like at the end of risk. Like there's no more land to sell off to unless you believe in the Nos Confundus maps.
I do.
Yeah. I don't know, Landa. You may be in the best country of all of them. You're in the state of Texas right now, but it could become its own country again someday.
It does have its own grid.
It's got its own grid. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the thing I've always said, Landa. If Texas ever secedes, take at least this part of Arkansas with it.
I saw this week that California was talking about that. I think
they always are.
Yeah, they what you have is some people in the northern part of California. They've been working on that for probably eight or 10 years, trying to get California to be two different states.
Those people that grew marijuana before marijuana was legal, like in Northern California,
rednecks.
Those were like true outlaws. There was a documentary about that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are. They were, and they still are.
What's wrong with being Hispanic?
I think you read things wrong.
She just said, but I'm Hispanic.
Maybe.
I thought you were from Oklahoma.
She's brown skinned, people.
But
what's wrong with that is what I'm asking.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But in this environment, all you have to do is be brown.
Oh, you're not talking about this environment. I'm like, there's nothing. What are you talking about? I'm sitting here like super confused. Like, what do you mean?
But I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Yeah, straight over. Yeah, it's been a long day.
I
I've
just
drove
sent
like
you a text,
5
Tully.
hours today.
It's an Alabama recipe. I've never
Yeah.
heard of it. Called West
Well,
Indian
Linda, I can
salad.
assure you that if you ever came into this area where I live at, nobody would even nobody think nothing of it. I promise. We're
You got to submit that one, Morgana.
Submit that recipe.
Yeah,
okay.
submit
Y'all-
that one so I can have something to read.
Y'all, I'm
Okay.
gonna have to help this inversion table. As you may have not heard, Tully, I screwed my back up pretty good Monday.
Well, you may want to rethink the inversion if you're still actually hurt.
Yeah.
Just
And just let it relax.
Well, I thought about that. Then I was like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
I tell you what, Cecil, just lay down on the floor and let the dogs walk on your back.
I've been using a heating pad to loosen it up, and I've been doing little stretches here and there. Been taking these little bitty things that the doctor gave me. And,
Okay, so there's another food item.
yeah.
The West
Amy-
Indian salad was created in South Alabama.
Yeah, Amy, I would love for you to submit as many recipes as you want to on there because I'm going to spend some time reading them on the air next week.
Yeah.
I just need to add probably tomorrow or Sunday. I'm going to add a space where you can attach pictures if you got pictures.
I love it.
Oh, I like vinegar.
I'll send you that hot honey recipe too, Totally, that I make.
Yeah, I need that one because I can't find any I like at the store.
You'll be
Yeah.
surprised by the secret recipe in it. Do you still have any left, by the way?
Yeah, there's a little bit. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Yeah, we don't have any room in any of our shows for hate. So everybody's welcome
Except
all
Nick,
the time.
except Nick, if you're still listening.
That's it. We just want everybody to be happy.
Well,
I
yeah.
mean,
If you haven't figured it out in 5 years, we're not hateful people.
Unless you forget to put my fucking hot mustard sauce.
That's true. Yeah. There's an asterisk there to Cecil's level of rage.
ooh, Elaine cake.
Elaine
It's
cake.
a bourbon spiked layer cake from Clayton, Alabama.
That sounds good too.
Mm-hmm.
See, we haven't even got into desserts much.
That'd have to be better than a fruitcake, though, right?
Okay, somebody told me something years ago, and I feel like it's a true statement. There is literally only one fruitcake in the world, and everybody just keeps giving it away.
I'm not even buying it. I see it. I ain't touching it.
My sister-in-law, when she had a restaurant at Christmas time, she had these little punch boards. It was $1 a punch, and you opened up, you could win like I think $50 was the maximum you could win off of it. But the prizes were fruitcakes, and most of them were like the little dollar logs, but they had the fancy cans too. And I would play them because I wanted the cans, but I cannot tell you how many damn fruitcakes I gave them because I'm not eating that nasty crap.
Yeah, my dad's brother made a fruitcake. Him and Aunt Dolly made a fruitcake one time. I couldn't get past the smell to try it.
Yeah.
I really think fruitcake is one of those things developed by the CIA to test for who's truly a psychopath. That's easy to be.
I'll tell you what, we used to work with a dude though in London. We used to work with a guy that made the best rum cake
Oh yeah,
on the planet. It was like a 7-day process to make these cakes.
it was fucking delicious.
And he would make everybody like a small individual rum cake. And it was par none, like the juiciest cake on the planet.
Mhm.
It was really, really good.
I don't mind a rum cake, but like this lane cake I was just talking about, I would not eat
Nice,
this.
Amy.
I would
Oh,
make
cool.
this for other people, but I would not eat it because it's got raisins, pecans, cherries, coconut, and brandy. I don't like raisins and I don't like coconut.
Yeah, I'm out with coconut.
Yeah.
I was talking about Nick earlier. He is somebody that anything he makes is the best version of that thing I've ever ate.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
weird. Yeah. He hates cheesecake. I'm giving his backstory, but he hates like sweets, but his cheesecake is the best cheesecake I have ever had, and I've had a lot of cheesecakes.
I don't know, dude.
I've had a lot, buddy.
I'll have to take a crack at one, and you can take
I will.
take Nick a piece.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, Tully, because I mean, we're talking about the weird get together and everything. And if they end up doing that or we end up doing that, that's awesome because I'd really love to hang out with everybody. But we need to do something so that we're either at your house or my house. So we have cooking area so we can just hang out and cook.
Actually, Cecil's might be
That would work too.
My kitchen sucks.
That's true. I don't know. Maybe we all come to Mississippi. I've always wanted to see lands far away. I've never been to Mississippi.
Yep. I would welcome you with open arms. I don't have enough room for more than a couple of people at a time. Is the only problem there.
That's me.
But
I
Steven,
mean,
how much room do you have?
Well, if you come in during the spring or summertime, we can do all of our cooking outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
Well,
So we
I
can-
cook outside 365 days a year. So like maybe we'll have everybody, but that's just going to make it so much further for you guys down south though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, it's with here, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, yeah, you got.
I think Morgana lives about 10 hours from me.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
tent city.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I said, hey, I can bring a sleeping bag and all that stuff. It's not, it's just having the room to for everybody to be able to cook and eat and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we could cook during the day and we go look for Bigfoot at night.
Hey,
That's a
I
great
think that's
idea,
pretty cool.
actually.
How
I could
close
make
are you to crystal mining?
Yep. Well, about an hour.
Okay, so hey, the everything Arkansas it is.
Yeah. It's,
Now, I will say I can make
or we could go look for diamonds. I mean, we could be there in like 40 minutes. The
Awesome.
diamond mine.
for my item, I can probably make the best pulled pork you've ever had. Like it's legit like top S tier pulled pork.
I don't. I think we should meet in Landa's. We can get hotel rooms, not Landa's, but fucking Morgana's.
I was like, okay,
We can all get hotel rooms. So I don't like spending the night at people's houses anyway.
I was gonna let you slip in the yard, man. Maybe a Bigfoot will come walk up and tickle your feet.
You're only 9 hours and 41 minutes from
we're
me.
just all knocking on your door one night, Landa. Like
We should just go to Landa's. Like, fuck it, let's just roll out there. Yeah.
Landa, do you have a backyard?
Walk in like, where's your fucking kitchen? How big is it?
That's right. We brought food.
Yeah.
She's conveniently ignoring the question, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Cecil's had it. It's S tier for
I
sure.
will say Tully's very good with pulled pork.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cooking pork butts. That's something I like to do. So
Well, see, there you go. It's settled. We're going to Dallas.
All right.
And that's an easy place. That's only like a 2-hour flight from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fly there. I'm not driving that.
See, that's where we're going. We're headed to Landa's big backyard and we're gonna cook there.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, and I think Landa's going to be a good addition to this. Girl, my dogs have no personal space. Yeah, that's just part of it. You know, we've got puppy glitter everywhere around here. So, all right, guys.
That was Alabama.
Yeah, that was Alabama in a nutshell.
And that's a 3-hour episode for you all. And thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure to watch Cosmic Crumbs Thursday at 7:00 on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Kick, No,
I'm streaming to Morgana's Facebook.
Facebook. And
but yeah, if you haven't, I know a lot of you are on YouTube right now. Go to the YouTube in the link tree, and you can go to YouTube on Thursday too.
Yep. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Cosmic Crumbs and this show, if this is your first time tuning in. And make sure to come back next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern as we cover the strange news and things that you may not have heard that you should hear. And what's happening next Friday at 8?
Amazing animal abilities.
Amazing animal abilities. I got all kinds of those.
We saw one a while ago. Put that picture back up.
That's a real picture. But thank you all for watching us, because we are watching you. Peace.